Awake my heart. If we but knew, if thou, Jerusalem, hast known, Luke 19:42. If thou knewest the gift of God, John 4:10. As we read these two plaintive ifs, what wide areas of human pathos, wistful regret, and poignant warning open out before our minds. How often do we hear the sad, useless excuse, if only I had known. It is one of those helpless pleas which always come too late. Yet have we not all indulged it far too frequently? Early rashness can never be mended by later remorse. What cruel risks we take, what grievous wounds we inflict, what bitter hurt we cause. Then we apologetically endeavor to ameliorate it with, if only I had known. Yes, many a time, if only we had stopped to think, if only we had known, if only we had perceived the real instead of the merely seeming, the inward instead of the merely outward, how different would our feelings and words and actions have been. We may well ponder this in relation to life's short-lived opportunities. One morning just before leaving for business, a husband offered his wife a kiss of reconciliation after a domestic misunderstanding. She coldly refused it. At noon, he was brought home dead. "Oh God, forgive me," exclaimed the suddenly widowed woman. "If only I had spoken to him as I should have done. If only I had known." Yes, if only she had known. But that is just it. We none of us know, and therefore should not presume. Let the law of kindness rule our hearts and our tongues. If we but knew that through the closing door someone we love would enter nevermore, would we not hasten with our richest store if we but knew? If we but knew some heart beside our own had walked some dark Gethsemane alone, oh, in what bounty would our love be shown if we but knew? A dear old grandfather breathed his last breath on earth. His grandchild, a sweet little girl, took his big hand in hers and said, "Dear Grandpa, you know that I was always good to you while you were alive. What a world it is worth to be able to speak like that." Most of us, perhaps, as we look back over the years, wish we could expunge unkind words and deeds to loved ones. Let us seize opportunities of being kind while they are here. Most of all, let us seize opportunities of winning souls for Christ while we may. D.L. Moody tells how he gave an evangelistic address to a large Chicago audience and then told them to go home and think carefully about accepting Jesus as a Savior. Before the next Sunday came, the great Chicago fire occurred. Many of those people were burned to death, and many others Moody never saw again. After that, whenever he preached the gospel, he always pleaded for immediate decision. Opportunities are often here just for a day, an hour, a moment, and then are gone forever. That is why Galatians Galatians 6:10 says, "As we have opportunity, therefore, let us do good unto all."